Hello and welcome once again to Caversham Central. It's been some time since my last update video, and I have to tell you that I haven't really done a great deal on the layout at all. It's June now, and the layout is in the loft, and it gets kind of warm up here, so I haven't really been feeling as motivated to get up here as is the case in the winter. What I have been doing though is starting the process of converting all of the fleet over to DCC sound, and at the end of the video I'll attach a short running session just so you can see and hear you know, the stock that I've done so far. So in this video what I wanted to do was just show you some work I've been doing on the coaches for the HST. Now the HST is one of the fleet that will be converted to DCC sound, and I should be receiving the sound chips I should say in the course of the next few days. But in the meantime I thought it would be good to just try and improve the coaches that go in it, so that we've got a really realistic looking and sounding HST set. So that's what I want to show you, and as I say, I'll then finish the video off with a bit of a running session for hopefully for your enjoyment. Okay, so in my HST set I run with 5 coaches. The layout's probably not big enough for a full 8 car rake, so I go with 5, which is the guard trailer, 2 standard class coaches, 1 buffet car and 1 first class carriage. And as you can probably see, what I've done previously is weather the carriages with some frame dirt along the bottom, and then on the roof I've applied a bit of roof dirt as well. Now to improve it, what I want to do is 2 things really. Firstly, I have got hold of some of these Train Tech coach lights, and I want to install those in a strip in the ceiling of the carriage. And these are motion sensitive. They run off a battery, just a small 3-volt lithium battery, and very clever sort of bit of kit. As soon as the carriage detects motion, then the lights come on. So I've got 5 of these to install. What I've also done is bought some figures to go in the carriages as well. Now I bought myself a set of these Bachmann seated coach passengers. You get 12 in a pack, and they're about 10 quid, so actually these were quite expensive. What I've also got on order is a box of, I think it's 48 or 2 boxes of 48 figures, which are coming over from Germany, which I've used before, and I'm going to use those in conjunction with these 12 Bachmann passengers. The Bachmann passengers, I've got to say, you know, as you would probably imagine, they're very well detailed. They come without legs, so you don't have to cut their legs off, which is one thing they have over their German counterparts. But they look very realistic. If I'm honest with you, I think for 10 quid they should be realistic. I also would have to say that you know, given that they're going to be in a coach which is going to be speeding past fairly quickly, I'm not sure how much time you'll have to really appreciate all of the work and effort that's gone into making them look so realistic. But anyway, they're there, so we'll get those fitted. So first thing to do is to just open up the carriage, and these are very simple to take apart. You just really need to get your fingernail in along the bottom of the carriage, being careful not to scratch the paintwork. Oh, and there we go. Out comes the bottom, and with a little bit of persuasion, here come the seats. Now, as you can probably see, there's already a couple of figures that I've put in in this carriage, and I'll be adding to them with the Bachmann ones as well. So I'll show you how easy it is to do that, and also to add the lighting strip in the roof. Okay, so that's successfully taken apart. What I'm going to do is use just the Deluxe Materials Rocket Card Glue to stick the figures in. It bonds plastic. I've used it before. It's actually very, very good, and it's easy to apply as well, which is why I sort of favour it over things like super glue, where you know, you can have all sorts of issues if you're not careful. If you're a bit clumsy like me with glue, then you spend more time trying to unstick your fingers than actually putting things in place. So we'll just all I simply do is take the glue, choose the seats where I want to put people, and I think we'll start off with one just here, which I hope you can see. Just a blob of glue, and we'll go with this fella here who's reading his newspaper, and just drop him into place, and there we go. Very, very easy to do. So I'll crack on and put the rest of the figures in, and then we'll come back and attach the ceiling light. Okay, so as you can see, we've got all of the passengers glued in position, and as it's a standard class coach, I've put a few more in than I would do in a first class coach. Anyway, so that's those. I'll move them out of the way to give them time to dry properly. In the meantime, we'll get on with fitting the lighting strip into the roof of the coach. This is pretty, I mean, it's actually extremely straightforward to do. Here's the lighting strip, and as you can see, it comes with 5 LED bulbs, together with a holder for the energy cell battery, which just simply clips in place. So very, very straightforward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this Unibond No More Nails double-sided strips, adhesive pads, to stick this in place in the roof. And the good thing is that because it's quite low profile, you shouldn't at least be able to see any of the battery compartment, which is really good. So I'll attach the strips. I've cut them down to size, so they're a bit smaller, and the idea is I'll pop 3 or 4 along the back of the lighting strip, and then we can get it positioned in place. Okay, so I've got the sticky pads in place. I've got to say that the hardest part of the entire process so far was getting the backing off of the pads. So there we go. Right, so there's the roof, and pretty straightforward really. This is just a case of lining up exactly where I want to put the strips. We've got the centre light here, and that's the centre of the coach, so that's a fairly easy sort of thing to aim for. And we'll just drop it down. Maybe a little bit of readjustment required, not too much I hope. Okay, and that, as you can see, is stuck in place. I think I did quite a good job there. Right, so let's pop the battery in, and because this is motion sensitive, what I'm expecting is the lights will come on straight away, and there we go, they have as well. Look at that. So, one set of lights fitted to the carriage, and one set of passengers fitted in as well. So all I've got to do now is wait for the glue on the passengers to harden, and then reassemble the coach, and we have a slightly improved HST coach. Now here's one I finished earlier, and as you can see, hopefully you can see that it's lit up pretty well inside, and this coach is full of passengers. I used the Prizer figures, which are slightly cheaper than the Bachmann ones. In fact, they're a lot cheaper than the Bachmann ones in this coach. And I hope you'll agree. I mean, you probably can't see it too well at the moment because it's extremely sunny outside, but I hope you'll agree it looks good lit up, and I think it looks so much better with some passengers inside the carriage. Just so much more realistic. Now, just as a footnote to this, something that I wasn't expecting, which I think I need to share with you, is that whilst the first class and the standard class and the buffet carriages were really easy to open, when I got to the guard's wagon, it's a different construction, and this was really tough to take apart. Now, it hasn't stopped me, as you can see, we've got the lights in there, but where this is different is that the glazing and the roof are one part, and it all fits back into place, and the glazing pops back into the window openings. You have to be really careful when you're taking it apart. I had to use a very thin head screwdriver and pop bits of card along the gap as I opened it up. I checked on the internet, and there was quite a few cases of people who had done this and managed to crack the roof or break or crack the glazing, which is something I was really keen not to do. You also have to remove the gangways before you even attempt getting into the carriage itself. So just a word of warning, if you're going to try this, be careful with the guard carriage. I understand also that the sleeper carriages, which Hornby make, are the same deal basically. So yeah, worthwhile just taking your time and gently ease it out and pop card in there, and you will win eventually. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you. I'd hate to think of someone damaging one of their wagons as a result of not knowing that.